All right, first off, I want to wish everybody good luck in the 256 teams in the high school playoffs tonight. It's an exciting time of the year for the Illinois high school football players. Kind of a fun part to the fall season, and obviously this year it ends up with a game here in Memorial Stadium. So, best of luck to all of them. I thought we've had a good week of practice. It was good for us, right? We had a bye week, which allowed us to get a little bit of a jump, and then Tuesday we got some wet weather work, whether there's moisture on Saturday in Lincoln, or if there's one later on in the fall. It was a really good practice for us. I like the way our guys handled it. From an injury standpoint, Josh is going all this week, so everything will kind of play out as it is to get to see where we are Saturday. Reggie's been out there. Reggie got knocked out of that last game too. He just kind of aggravated a toe injury he had, but he's good there. And Chase Hayden as well. He got healthy this bye week too. So excited for the week and weekend and see where we go.
Sorry if this is redundant. Caleb Griffin.
Yeah, Caleb actually will kick. I think he'll kick. He kicked today. Looked really good. We held him out of those 2 weeks. We just kind of, when that injury popped up, kind of been nagging at him, we just basically shut him down for 2 weeks and a bye week. So he kicked with us on Tuesday of this week, kicked again today and looked good.
Coach, on your list of things that are important big picture-wise, where does winning the conference division title fall?
It's a good question. Obviously, I don't know if it's at the root of our daily thinking. It's about the process, right? I always try to tell our guys, and I made a big point of it, to be quite honest, on Sunday when we got together. Everybody in the world wants to go to the end, all right? Everybody wants to, where we're going, what we're doing. For us in this building, we got to concentrate on the journey, right?
Sure.
And each week we have a new journey, we have a new opportunity. If you take care of those moments, then that will take care of the end result that you're talking about. And I was fortunate enough to win 3 straight league titles. Actually, the last time the Big Ten was won naturally, right, which was through just conference play and crowned a winner, I won it, right? And then the next 2 times that I won it were through divisional play. It was Leaders and Legends back there, right? And then was able to win both of those. So it's kind of cool to come full circle. Don't know really where that's going to go in 24, right, when we add new teams and all that goes into it. So it's been something that's definitely been in the back of my mind. But by no means have I kind of scheduled the whole dynamics to get to the first weekend in December. It's about the process.
Was it something that feels better after it's done? Is it, when you look back and say, wow, can't believe we did X, Y, Z to get that?
Yeah. It's something that you dream of, right? Like, I think if you come into the Big Ten to win the Big Ten title is obviously something that's always good there. But what I've really enjoyed is the process of winning each week. Like, this is a really cool week for us because we have a rematch game against an opponent that we beat a year ago who's had transition in the head coaching position, who's played really good football since they transitioned, especially when they came off a bye week. There's a whole host of things we're making our guys aware of, none of which is at the end of the year.
Coach, you always want to take away the long plays, but is that particularly important this week against?
I've known Whip, their OC, for a long time, and Whip's a very dynamic offensive play caller. First played him when he was head coach at UMass. I've known him way before that. I know that he knows he's got a very valuable player. Obviously, 3 can make a lot of plays, but if you concentrate too much on him, they also have some dynamic playmakers around him. So, but they have lived off the deep ball, especially since the transition and his ability to capitalize off that. So our guys will be in tune to where he's at for sure.
Have you seen landmarks in practice over these last couple of weeks that say your best football is still ahead of you, and that even though you're getting better every week, that there's still?
I get the question. I think what I've learned in this profession is sometimes you could have the greatest Thursday practice ever and go out and not play as well as you want on Saturday. You could also have the worst practice you've ever thought you're going to have on a Thursday and go out and play very well on Saturday. I would say, 10 minutes before kickoff, I usually have a good idea where guys are at. But I also think that, this group is a very, very self-motivated group. As coaches, I think, push buttons. But for the most part, I really like the way our guys respond to the challenge in the moment. I thought as this thing got bigger and bigger that I'd have to refocus them on things. And, that Minnesota game, it was nothing but about playing Minnesota. It wasn't about 2 weeks before beating Wisconsin, Iowa. It was about the opportunity to play Minnesota, and that was big.
Is there a target workload for Josh on
Is there a target workload?
Like
Josh McCray?
Yeah, just.
Yes and no. I don't think you can go into it right now saying he hasn't played in 8 weeks, saying we're going to go give him 30. But I think before the season we had a target rate, right, that we were working with. But because he got knocked out so early, it was never really be able to put in play. So I think to add Josh into the equation is a big factor. But the Reggie Love is really good this week, and obviously Chase has looked good all year. So to find a balance, we definitely don't want to go back to a 41. For 5 straight weeks, you just can't maintain that. We're playing a little bit of Vegas lines there that I don't want to play, right? You want to stay with what can bring you success.
When you look at Nebraska, is it like before the change? Were you looking like when you go back and look at them before the change? Is it just more personnel and how guys, and now do you look more schematic post change, or is it a mix of both? How
No,
do you
good
do that?
observation. I think twofold, right? Like, there's definitely going to be a change. They changed the D coordinator, right? Like, after the Oklahoma game, he transitioned and made a new coach, Coach Bush, in as a D coordinator role. Whip, I think, has been calling plays the whole way, but obviously Scott has a background on offense, right? And I think you can probably see Whip's personality come out a little bit more. I also think defensively, they've definitely changed schematically. That's an easy thing to see. But I can see a quiet confidence in the players, right? I think there are a lot of really good players that got recruited very heavily by a lot of places, and have had success in their time. And I think that's why Saturday's ball game with a bye week, when I saw the 2:30 kickoff, right, I know that the Nebraska fans are a very proud group that have been trained to have success over a long period of time. So to give them this rebirth, their athletic director made a decision to make the change when he did, and it was probably to motivate them the way they have, and they're a good ball club since that transition.
You mentioned a couple of times, many times, how much you like having 2 bye weeks this year to break up the season. Next year, as the schedules come out, 8 break and then 4. Is that something you want to angle to change at all?
I would say this: 2023 schedule is what it is. I saw it. I've known it's probably about a month ahead of when you guys got it, right? So I kind of worked through those things with Josh and Roger Denny and myself and Mark Torresani. The schedule is what it is right now, but I think anytime there's, we don't know if there's a Thursday game, we don't know if there's a Friday game, and there are certain things that can come and play for a bye week.